now Saturday. We're heading to the Dayton Bins. Wish us luck. Got a little tree work going on here. They got them wearing helmets now. That is unreal. The flag people are wearing helmets. I can understand these dudes wearing them, but not the flag people. What are you expecting to happen? All right, let's see if this works. Nearly 100% of the time we have somebody whipping out of there. Yep, there it is. I wasn't sure where he's going. It's uncanny. When we go to turn on this entrance ramp, almost 100% of the time, right in front of us, there's a semi whipping out of there into here.
On Platinum, I've turned a corner. I'm an adult, using real, actual dishes. Why? Because cleanup is so darn easy. I'm in.
Going in. Alright, she's got a whole basket full. Alright, we just loaded up the bags. We got 5 or 6 bags. But that was she tossed it out. Alright, there's the back of the car full of stuff. Woo! It's hot. We're out of breath. We just got back in. And sweat, but nothing like yesterday. So, a couple of stories. First of all, my glasses, which were super glued with Gorilla Glue, because I broke them recently, and they were holding up just fine, but then I was taking something out of the bin, some big inflatable. I wanted to put it in a different bin so I could see what was under it, and it ripped my glasses off. They hit the ground and it popped back out. So this thing, it's just gravity's holding it in. All right, so the next story is about Mario, of Mario and Luigi fame. There's a dude in there wearing bibbed overalls, and he's got like a Mario hat. Didn't have an M, but might as well. So I'd already noticed him walking through and checking out the bins. On all our previous bins experience, not once have I ever been on a blue dot. The blue dots, there's one in front of each bin, and when they swap them out, whoever's on that dot gets first crack at the bin. You get 2 minutes, no touchies from anybody. We learned this. We respect it. The only time I don't respect it is if somebody's there and then they go through it, say 30 seconds later, they're like, they move out. To me, that's when you give it up. So I'll go in there. Well, as luck would have it, Erica was on a blue dot for the first time, and I was excited about that. Well, I happened to notice 2 spots down, the person bailed. So I went to their blue dot, and I'm just happy as can be. Well, here they roll them out. They roll all 4 of these huge bins on that one side of the row at the same time. You got to wait for them to give you the go-ahead. But this time they did it quick. They said, go. So in I go. And I'm starting to look in. Meanwhile, people are starting to look. Well, here comes old Mario sashaying along up the rest of the bins, digging his grubby paws in mine. I said, I thought there was a 2-minute rule that you weren't supposed to touch it until we got to 2 minutes. He said, well, we've not really been doing that lately. I said, well, aren't you a peach? And so I can't remember what else was said. I said a couple other things to him, and I was steaming about it. And then he went over. He was going up and down the bins, and I saw him across the way, and I said, hey, to Erica. I said, hey, you got to watch out for Mario. He'll get in your stuff. And I can't, what'd he say from across the way?
There's a mirror hanging there, and he saw us in that mirror. We said, are you trying to be funny over there?
I said, no, it's just, I said, you're the kind of person that just because everyone else is looting, that makes it okay for you, right? You
said, be a decent human.
I said, be a decent human. And he said, well, everybody else is doing it. I said, well, once again, I said, you need to be a decent human. You need to do what's right. I said, that's a character flaw on your part. So I saw him the rest of the time down off in the distance. We came close a couple times. I had already said I'm not going to say anything to him unless he lets back in on me. Then who knows what's going to happen. Because he was there with a group of other people. Clearly he's a regular. But the
regulars are skank.
Yes, the regulars are skank. There's one lady that just she'll nestle in on you every which side. I think we've seen her every time we've been here. She's obviously a regular. A lot of these people are regulars. And just to let you know her current situation, she was waiting for the bins to roll out a new line on her side. And as they were getting ready to roll them out, she was hollering to these ladies across the way that worked there saying, is it this row? Is it this row? Meanwhile, she's sitting in a lawn chair that she brought. So she just lays into this place for probably hours on end. So I don't know.
And I had somebody, I waited on that blue dot for probably a good 10 minutes. And somebody next to me she just came up and waited with me, and she just dove in with me, and it's like, well, what's the point of the blue dot?
Yeah. It's one thing
It's
if
rude.
somebody doesn't know. The first time I went up there, I kind of got my hand slapped because I didn't know about the 2-minute rule or anything like that. It's not real evident when you get in there. And but I've respected it ever since. But some of these people, and it's generally the people that are here all the time, they clearly know one another. They'll talk to each other about different experiences and stuff. They're kind of the scourge of society. They just, if they want it, it's theirs. The good thing that we have going for us is that these people, for whatever dumb reason, I don't know what they're looking for.
eBay, I can tell you that.
Well, they don't do a thorough job. So if they have the blue dot and they got the bin to themselves allegedly for 2 minutes, they just start picking and throwing things, and then some people's style is they'll just grab a bunch of stuff that looks good, and I think they take it over and then check it out and then dump them back in if they don't like it. But other people, they just sit there and kind of look through a little bit of it. They never really go through but maybe 10% of it. So as soon as they bail and you get in, that's when you usually, could find the good stuff. So I don't recall what all we got today, but honey, what did we get?
We got some good jackets and puffer vests. I got a granny vintage crocheted pillows and Afghan set. We got some good LL Bean suede shoes.
Yeah, those look almost brand new.
Like a vintage 90s knit and suede men's coat. An LL Bean wool coat. Lots of different odds and ends. Faux leather Guess jacket. Some pretty good stuff today.
We found a Prada purse, but clearly it wasn't real,
No.
so we tossed it back. What else was I going to say about? Oh, so you see the little video in this video that shows the panties that Erica found after she paid for the stuff. So
Yeah, I paid
anybody
for
wants
those
them, they're in a
nasty
basket,
panties.
paid for, ready to go. But the other thing was she almost bought one shoe, because when I was looking at the shoe bins, there's like 8 that are dedicated to shoes, so tons of shoes. You find a nice shoe, but good luck finding the match. I did find a match on one of them today, but in fact, the ones we were talking about, the LL Bean, I had given up after a few bins and I dropped it off. Well, sure enough, a couple bins down, I was like, wait a minute, I think this is the match, so I went back and got it. But I found a pair of Sperry's, and I don't know much about Sperry's, but I know they're good. But it was Sperry something collection or something, I don't know. But they still had stuffed tucked inside, which suggested that they were new. The bottoms look brand new. So I thought, man, if we could find the other one to that, we're in like Flynn. Well, I didn't want to drop it off and then lose track of it in case I found the other one later. So I went and put it in Erica's basket. We almost forgot about it and bought one shoe. To go to the root beer stand if we can figure out how to get in here. Hothead yesterday, root beer stand today. Alright, let's see what we can get.
Let's see, how's this?
Going to, but she said we need to put this on video, so I'm gonna go around the horn here. This was a foot-long hot dog, now half a foot. There's regular fries. Look at this thing. Is that a Reuben?
That's got brown mustard, onion, sauerkraut, poppy seed bun, and a Nathan's beef hot dog.
And then we got that too.
Loaded tops with sour cream, cheddar cheese, real bacon.
Oh my.